Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Carla, Nicole, and this is the first episode of the Manifestation series. I must say I'm very excited about this series because, at the end of the day, there has been many series that I have done so far. So let's just go through and kind of think about what series has already transpired. So we had the weight series, we had the relationship series, we had the forgiveness series, we've had the alone series, then we had the transformation series, and now we have reached the manifestation series, and I am really excited about the series. Let me tell you, good morning. So glad to see you. Shy Hi, I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. So I want to talk about manifesting, okay? So, if you don't know already, I am big about inspiring others to find the purpose in their life, okay? So your purpose and why you are here on the planet is very important. Matter of fact, it's so important, it should be the primary reason you are taking your breaths each and every day. A lot of times we get sucked in. Do we not? We get sucked into what? Our roles in life. So we get sucked into basic roles. Let's just talk about our basic roles. Our basic roles is being a parent, basically, right? Usually if you're around my age, in the 40s or whatever, we're sucked into our roles. So we're sucked in to what we have to do, right? So we have to be a parent. We have to be a child to an elder parent. We have to be a sibling, right? And we have to go to work every day. So that's another role. So we have to be an employee, okay? We have to do so many roles in our life. And a lot of times, what do? We put our role of our purpose on the back burner. Well, I can't get to that right now. I can't focus on that right now. I have to focus on being a mom. I have to focus on being a child to an elder parent. I got to focus on doing something else for someone else, right? So we're always focused on other people, or we're focused on other things that other people need to get done. But in the process of this, what we're doing is we are just denying our whole purpose of why we are on the planet. And a lot of times, we don't even think about it until we're looking up in our deathbed. And then we're like, oh, there was a lot of time I wasted. There's a lot of things I had to do that I wanted to do that I sacrificed. For whatever reason, for my husband to get his degree, for my child to get in college, for whatever reasons. We come up with so many reasons and so many things why we're not manifesting our purpose, because we're focused more on our roles in life. So I want us to get back to thinking about the role. What is the primary role in your life? Is it you? Or is it being a mom? Is it being a father? Is it being a teacher at school? What is your role? We gotta start being serious about this. And this right here, this series is about doing. So if you're not ready to get busy in doing, then this series isn't for you. I'm sorry. I need to put that out here. If you're lazy in wanting to seek your purpose, this series isn't for you. If that's the case, you need to hashtag transformation series, and you need to go back and watch that before you even come to this series, because this series is about taking steps towards your purpose, okay? Now that I got that out, so what is your primary role on the planet? A lot of times, we don't even know why we're here, right? Do we really know? Are we really sitting and being centered in why are we on the planet? Do we really know anything about that? Are we even focused? Now, I want to put that out there now. The media has been just, overstanding the purpose of Nipsey Hussle and his purpose. But that man knew his purpose. He was walking in his purpose. So, you know, we're talking about Nipsey Hussle, yes, and I think that's a beautiful thing. But what we're lacking and focusing on is the man knew his purpose. He knew why he was here. So the reality is we all have an expiration date. We all have a time we're going to leave here. We're going to shed this body. This body's not going to be here forever. So what are we here to do while we're here? That's what we need to be really primarily focused on. Not about our love affairs, not about what we got to do for our kids, not about what we got to do for our elder parents. We got to focus on what we need to be doing. Real talk. Nipsey's example of his purpose, true talk, was that he was walking in his purpose. He knew what to do. He knew what to focus on. So be it as it may, we have to be focused on our purpose. So I want to talk about solo, okay? Solo is a line that I've created. Solo is a line that is not, it is not even in it's in its conception years. It's not even where it needs to be yet, but I want to tell you what it means. Solo means shine on loving oneself. We have a lot of times we focus on loving some other person, right? We love our babies, we love our grandbabies, we love our man, we love our woman, we love all this stuff, but spend very little time focused on shining on loving yourself. Now, on this t-shirt right here, you see this flame? You see that? See, this is a match right here. We have all, when we were born, all of us were a lit flame. I want y'all to simmer on that. We all have a flame. Do you understand one match can penetrate the darkness? It outshines it. One flame. Now, since we want to talk about Nipsey, I want to put this out here real quick. Nipsey was a flame, right? When his flame blew out because of a man shooting him and gunning him down, what happened? Did his legacy end? No. What happened was his legacy, which was his flame, built this inferno of education of what that man was about. See, that is what you need to be focusing on. What we have to come to an understanding is our one match can light up the world. Not the nation, not our city, not our little community, the world. The whole world can be lit up by one match. We all have a purpose. We all have the ability to be a Nipsey Hussle. Everybody does. We can all be walking in our purpose, but we want to focus on, oh my God, Nipsey, and not to take from that man's shine. He was working when we weren't looking. That man was up tirelessly when we were resting and sleeping. But he was a lit match that built this inferno of everybody learning about him. Now that he's dead and gone. Okay, so I want y'all to get this because I'm so passionate about manifesting what you need to do. It's because we have to shine on loving ourselves first. And now let me also put you up on game of something. Shining on loving yourself means shining on loving the God inside of you. Oh, so you didn't think God lived in you. Okay. Let's get this cleared up real quick. God is not just all over top of the clouds. Is God there? Yes. But God is not above you. God is not, strike that. God is above you? Yes. God lives in you. Are you getting this, people? Take notes. If not, you got to rewind this and watch it again. God lives inside you, okay? So what does that mean? That means the goddess in me has to allow my light to shine. In order for my light to shine, I have to be walking in my purpose. But first, how do we even know our purpose? How do we know our purpose? What is our purpose? How do we know how to get there? Now, I did this already. I actually gave this answer not too long ago on another video that I did, but I'm going to give it to y'all again because this is very important. The way to your purpose is to master your gifts. And understand something. We are all born, every single one of us are born with a gift. And let me tell you something about gifts. Understand this. There are now people with Down syndrome being models. There are midgets out here creating all kinds of new things for the modeling agency. So short people are getting recognized as, oh my God, they have a beauty. They know how to be sexy. We are going above and beyond the bounds that so many people say is not beautiful, just off of those two things alone. So you're talking about, right? You're talking about Down syndrome. So you're talking about, well, oh my God, they have this handicap, but they are learning that there's a reason they're here. So the models that are now suffering from the Down syndrome are now superseding and out here just killing it on the A game with their modeling now. So now they are shining. People are taking notice. Oh my God, she's got Down syndrome and look at her and she's beautiful and look. You guys just didn't notice this young woman has now taken her purpose to a whole nother level. So there's absolutely, positively, unequivocally no excuse for a normal-minded person to not be in their purpose. Period, point blank. So with that said, how do we get to our purpose? We must find out what we're gifted with. That's it. That's all. Literally. So I want you guys, each and every person watching this show today, I want you to now sit down and take a day where you just spend time with you. Whether it's an off day or a time of day that you have that you don't have children, you don't have your man all up in the mix. You have some time that you can sit down and focus on what is your gifts. What are you good at? Let's talk about that for a minute. What are you good at? What do you have inside you that comes very natural? So think about that, because this is very important. Think about what it is inside you that comes very natural. Now, it could be you cooking and everybody brags about it. It could be you drawing. It could be you having some type of unique gift. Hell, nobody else has. So let's talk about that. So if you have something inside yourself where you can create something that nobody else has created and blossom that, then you have a gift. But again, we're spending so much time focused on our roles in life that we're missing the importance of our purpose in life. So I want you guys to focus on what is it that you're extremely good at, that comes natural for you. It's not hard for you. It doesn't cost you anything but a little time and patience with yourself. What is it? Do you even know? Think about it. Because a lot of times we don't sit down and get rooted in what it is we truly are good at because we're focused on so many other things. Trying to run here and do this and do that. That doesn't matter when it comes down to when our time is up. When your time is up and you're sitting down and you're like, well, God, I'm here in the heavens. What did you do? Well, I gave you a gift and I was actually knocking on your door asking you to go out and hit the masses. I was asking you to get up and write. I was asking you to do things for the children. I was asking you to heal people. And you didn't take my call. Why? Oh, well, God, I was busy with my babies. That's no excuse. I gave you the time to do it. Matter of fact, I gave it to you before I gave it to them, and look what they did with it. Don't be on the series if you ain't ready. I'm telling you right now. Do not be on this series if you ain't ready, because it's about manifesting now. I told y'all about transformation. I told y'all about being alone. I told y'all about forgiveness. I did all that. And if you didn't know, or you haven't been here yet, then you need to hashtag transformation series. You need to hashtag forgiveness series. You need to hashtag alone series. Catch up. and then come to this series. Because right here is about doing. What are you doing? Real talk. It's not about being cute. It's not about being nice. It's not about taking care of everybody else. This is about you now. Are you ready? I'm just asking, are you ready to do? Because at this point in life, we don't have time. If you are, matter of fact, if you're 40, you've already spent 40 years on the planet. Think about that. You've already been here 40 years. Okay? So now, what are you going to do with the forwarding 40 years that God may bless you with? Are you willing to take the call from God to tell you to get up and write? Let me tell you something about me, because it wasn't fun. I'm going to tell you. I was about 35 years old when I got my call. And I told God, listen, every time in my life, you know, I try to manipulate it, my life ends up in a ditch. And God, at this point, I just want to give over my life to you. I don't know what else to do at this point. I want to give over my life to you, and you tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Okay, that's what I said, right? And I thought, in that prayer, in that honesty, in that space, I thought it was going to be easy, see? I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. Oh, no. Do you know that very next morning, God shook me up and woke me up at 4 a.m. and said, I need you to get up and write this? I'm like, right now? You want me to write this? Right now? Yes. Did I not take the call? Hell no. I got up and started writing. And if y'all have not been following me that long, go over to my poetry page called Poetry by Mystery, Misteree, and go check it out. I used to do At the Crack of Dawns. That used to be my writing assignment by the Spirit asking me to write at 4 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m., depending upon when God was moved to move me. And I had to get up and what? Manifest. I can't tell God I'll do something for him or her or source and say I'm going to do it and don't do it. Can't do it. Because guess what? The punishment on that is way beyond, I can't even imagine. So I don't even go there. I just make sure to do as I so say I will do. Now, this show right here that has had all those series I've been telling you about was inspired via my request to do for God. But you know what? This show is at 12 noon on a Sunday, which is usually when people are at church. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this, God? You're asking me to do this at 12 noon. I'm not going to reach nobody. But yet I'm seeing people here. I had to what? Manifest and do. See, the problem is a lot of times we don't want to really focus on the fact we must take the steps towards our purpose in order for our purpose to outshine. I couldn't be a flame if I was just sitting around humdrumming. Give me a second. I want y'all to think about that. Okay. Now, let's think about the birthday cake, right? My son, my baby boy, is about to be 11. He's going to turn 11 May the 5th, okay? What is it that we put on the cakes? We put candles on the cakes, right? We have the flaming candle, right? And we blow out the cakes, candles based upon how many years we have been on the planet. Now, my cake would probably be full of candles, so that's a little bit. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're putting a lot of candles. It's more candles than cake for me. But anyway, my baby boy's, he's 10 or whatever, 10 now, and he'll be 11. And we're going to put all the candles on the cake. 11 of them, right? And then we're going to blow them out. But the beautiful thing about it is, have you ever noticed, we got to start paying attention to what we do. We do stuff and we don't even realize how symbolic it is. When we light the candles, mamas, y'all know, we light the candles, we turn the lights out, don't we? We turn the lights out so the babies have the candles lit and they can see the beautiful light coming from the candles, right? Tell me if I'm wrong now. We turn off the lights so the babies can get all excited and see the shimmering flame. They are a flame. You are a flame. But the thing is, we don't really realize everything we do, even what we say, right? Actions speak louder than words. How long has that saying been on the planet, but yet we don't ever listen to it? We say we love somebody, and yet we don't show them. I'm just saying, I love you, but you treat them like crap. Or we say we're going to do the work that it takes to do it. But what happens? We don't do it. We don't stand up to our commitments, right? We just say, You know what my dad used to tell me? He used to tell me, your word is everything. And I thought, oh, what does that mean? Oh, I get it now. If I come over here and tell you guys that I'm coming on here at 12 noon and don't show up, what are y'all going to really think of me after so many times? You're going to stop looking, aren't you? You're going to stop looking for me. You're going to stop wanting to see if I'm on or not. So therefore, my word means nothing, right? So what I'm here to tell you is our value and what we are saying out of our mouth and what we are committing to, we're not even standing behind it. We're just saying stuff. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But you're not holding up the end of your bargain. You're saying you're going to do something. What do you think God's going to say when we get up to the heavens and he says, didn't I ask you to do this? And we say, yes. Why didn't you do it? What's going to be our answer? What's going to be a legitimate answer? Real talk. When you see out here people with Down syndrome that's out here in their purpose, what can a normal person really give God and say? And legitimately not be held accountable for that. I'm just saying, like, real talk. Like, we got to get beyond thinking that this is all a game, man. It's not. When it came time for me to have to get this work done, I can't give God excuses. When God says to me, I need you to get that banner done. Let me tell you something. Last night, I had the banners, and I thought, oh, I got to get that banner done for my show today. I have to finish up filling out my coaching information to give to my client from yesterday's session. I literally fell asleep writing my coaching exam to my client. Fell asleep on it. Woke up this morning and was like, oh my God, I got to get this done. So we have to focus. We have to be honored, first of all, that God even tapped your shoulder. But are you able to hear God saying something to you, or are you too busy? Because a lot of times, we're too busy. We're too busy in everything else, and focusing on everyone else, and focusing outside of ourselves. So we can't even hear the call. We can't hear when God is trying to reach us, because we're too busy on everything else. Manifest. You want to manifest some stuff? We can't wish that manifestation. We cannot wish it. I don't care what you do. You can try to wish something, and I'm going to tell you what, you can die wishing. Because, hey, at the end of the day, you have to do the work. And I'm going to say it again. If you aren't ready to do the work, this series is not for you. It's not. It's just not, because this is about doing and getting busy and focusing. And let me tell you something. I am still in training. Yes, I'm a wisdom coach. Yes, I am doing what I need to do. But I am still in training. I have people in my life helping me to train up to be the best version of myself. So I'm not just coaching y'all from a space of I'm above you. No, I'm with you. Why? because I have to do the work. I can't advise if I'm not doing it. I can't tell y'all what to do and I'm not in my purpose. Who does that? I tell you all the time, whether I am your taste of coach or not. If you don't want to use me as your coach, that's fine. But any coach you choose to be with, good morning, Carolyn, any coach you decide that you want to be with, you better make sure they're still a student of life. You better make sure they're still training up themselves and doing their work to adhere to what God was them in their purpose. What good are they for you if they're not doing the same? I have someone that truly, truly cares about me on all levels, that has my back all the time. I have someone that helps me with meditation. I have someone to help me build my business credit. I have someone in my life right now as we speak, helping me to grow. What good is it if I'm not going to help others help themselves? And what good am I if I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, I learned something, so let me pass it to you. For you to adhere to these steps because I know they work, because I did it. Right? What good am I if I'm not going to stay lit? Now let me tell you something. All of us have a match inside. So like I said, you shining on loving yourself, we all have this match inside our soul. Every single one of us. The only time that this flame goes out is once we pass on. However, that light can be immortalized if we have something to leave here, showing we were here. What is your carbon footprint? What are you leaving on the planet once you leave? Have you ever thought about that? I'm not talking about your assets and what you're leaving your kids. And I'm not talking about that kind of assets. I'm talking about what did you leave the planet? And how is the planet a better place because of you? I'm just asking. These are things that we need to focus on. It gets time to where we have to sit back and really, truly, honestly get ready and roll our sleeves up and becoming the blazing flame we all are. But we can't be that until we honestly get into focusing what our gifts are. Your gifts. We all have them. But a lot of times we don't even know what they are. I don't know how many people I've coached. They had no clue what their gifts were. But if I ask them about their kid, they'll tell me that their kid is in the gift program. Tag. Well, your child is gifted, but you're not? That don't make sense. The child is a reflection and an extension of you. So how great your child is doing in school is a wonderful thing. I'm thankful and happy for you. However, where do you think the gifts come from? Ancestrally, we have a downline from our ancestors. We have that, okay? We also have our own personal gifts that has been gifted to us and poured into us when we were born. We have gifts that we actually learn through the years on how we can actually import certain things. For instance, I didn't know how to do certain things that I do now. I had to learn them, okay? And when I learned, I said, well, not only do I want to learn this, I want to master this. I don't want to just be mediocre. I want to create. And in my creations, I want them to shine. I want them to be me. I want to put forth my very best effort. I can't quit. It's not in my bloodline. My uncle called me on a random talking about, you know you can't quit, right? It's not in us. We can't quit. I got family, I got father, I got family, I got responsibility. Kids. Just like everybody else. But my thing is, when I leave the planet, did I do something? Did I help somebody? Did I raise them up? Did I help them be the best version of themselves? What the hell did I do while I was here? Or was I just, like my dad said, taking up space? He used to tell me that all the time. Carla, don't sit around here and take up space. I thought, what does that mean? We learn, don't we? As we mature, we get it, don't we? But we don't have to wait that long. The solo line is based upon how I want everybody to look at themselves. It is a beautiful thing to have a beautiful relationship. It is a beautiful thing to be a great mother and father. It is a beautiful thing to be a great employee. It is a beautiful thing to graduate from college. It is a beautiful thing, but ain't nothing greater than you being in your purpose. Period, point blank. Nothing. I'm sorry. It's nothing on the planet greater than that. Just that simple. So, like I said, this series right here, we're going to have to roll our sleeves up. We're going to get sweaty. We might have to get up early. We might have to do some things we don't want to do. Like I said, I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. to write nothing. I was like, me? Write? Yes, now. I had a time when I was busy. I was doing something. God told me, I need you to record you doing body work on your son. I'm like, now? I got something I got to do. Now. I'm shaking, literally shaking. My whole body's shaking in panic. Like, how do I do that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to do body work on my son right now. I was literally shaken. Not out of fear, but out of having a commitment to my purpose and understanding that this is what God told me to do. Whether I have an engagement to do or not, this comes first. So purpose comes before even my own stuff that I might want to do or get done. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. If we can't focus on our purpose, if we can't focus on what we need to do while we're here on the planet, like I said, we're all up in arms over Nipsey Hussle. May that man's soul rest in complete and total peace. But we have to focus on the importance of us walking in our purpose. Okay? So like I said, this series is not for you if you are not ready to do something. Okay? Because doing is key to this series right here. We have to get sweaty. We have to get busy. We have to start writing whatever God's telling you to do. You got to, and number one, we got to also get silent. When is the last time you meditated? To hear anything from the source. When? When did you last meditate? We have to. That's not an option. Meditation is a demand, on demand, like we want to watch HBO on demand. Your meditation should be on demand. When you feel anxious, frustrated, upset, disappointed, hurt, sad, lonely, all of those things need to be centered in your meditation. Period. If you ain't ready to meditate, you ain't ready for the manifestation series either. Period. You're not ready. And that's okay. But it comes time at this point. Everybody wants a commitment in love, right? We want a man to commit to us. We want to go down an aisle and get married. We want a committed relationship, right? We want that marriage, right? We're rushing to get down that aisle, right? We want to have a marriage. But you ain't out of marriage with yourself and your God and your source and your purpose. But you want a married relationship? You gonna get married and not have any of your purpose or any of your self-loving in alignment, but you want to get married though? That don't make sense at all. Trust me. I did it twice. Trust me. Listen, self-love is key, period. Source love, caring about your source and your higher spirit and your love for your God, that's key. You want to commit to a man, but you don't want to commit to your purpose and your God and your source. You're going to fail, baby. You're going to fail every time. It's that simple. We want to love out here. but we don't want to love ourselves. That don't make sense. We are bashing ourselves. Listen to me. And I know I'm going over, but I don't care. Listen to me. We spend a lot of time in thought of how we care and nurture our babies. I got a grandson that's 2 months old right now. And I love and nurture all over that baby. Love him to death. You hear me? Loved my baby girl. Loved my son. As a mama, was all in. Feet all in. Being a parent. I was in. And not only that, I was committed to being a parent. Okay? So and that's fine. That's wonderful. But I had to sit back and say, but how am I committing to myself? When my daughter was 16, I'm like, oh my God, 2 more years, she's out of here. And a lot of times we say that, and a lot of times the kids aren't really gone yet. But no, she left. She was gone at 18. My daughter really did walk out. She was gone. In her own stuff. I'm like, okay. Now, what if I wouldn't have prepared? What if I wouldn't have had my purpose already done at 35? What would have happened? I'd have been out here in a shambles. You know how many empty nesters are depressed? Don't know their purpose? They don't know their why? They don't know nothing. They're in complete confusion. They are so unsettled because their babies are gone. Like, what do you mean you don't know what you're supposed to be doing? Damn it, you got to get out here and do your purpose. Because God, yes, wants us to be committed to our parenting. But what good are we if we do all of that and then we sit up and lay back? Okay, I did it. It's like, that's not it. You have a purpose here. Besides being your child's parent, mother, father, you got a purpose. Outside of that, we got to answer to these questions once we cross over, man. And we're walking around here like everything's cool, everything's great. No, it's not. I don't care how many degrees you get. I don't care how many promotions you get at work. I don't care how successful you are as a parent. I don't care how successful you are as an elder parent's child. It doesn't matter. What did you do to change the planet? Are you ready? I'm just saying, we got to get ready for real. And manifest. And be willing to take the call. But if we're not going to be honest with ourselves, if we're not going to be willing to stop thinking that if we go to the spa, we're self-loving. Or gentlemen, you guys going to the game is self-loving. Taking yourself out to the bars with your buddies, thinking that's self-loving. Or girls going out for girls' night is self-loving. You're missing it. Self-loving is cultivating your gifts. It's cultivating your gifts. And how are you doing that? And are you doing that? It's key, man. It's key. We got to start getting busy. I might be a little bit more ahead of y'all, but the reality is I'm not done yet. I still got a lot to do. And so this particular series isn't just about me sitting here and talking to you, but I'm also going to have you guys talking back to me, giving me what it is that you have questions about when it comes down to manifesting what you want to do. Because, you know, it's easy to tell you guys to focus on your gifts, but what about you guys that are you have multiple gifts, multiple talents? And some of us do. Some of us are genius and have a lot of talents, a lot of gifts. So how do we prioritize those gifts? How do I help you to manifest those gifts in your best ability? That's going to be the challenge for me. So as a wisdom coach, I have to figure out, how do I help you cultivate the best gift to point you and guide you to your ultimate purpose? That's my challenge. But that's nothing y'all got to worry about. You just got to find out what your gifts are. And then I can help you from there. But other than that, it's not easy for me to deal with people that don't want to do the work. They want me to do all the work. They want me, I just want you to tell me what to do. No. In order to cultivate your gifts, you got to do some work. This is not a lazy series. This is a series that's going to take some cultivating, some planting, some sowing. You know how you have to prepare? You have to prepare now for what you want to cultivate. Just that simple. You can't just sit back and say, oh, well, I wish that, I have a garden out back. I wish that I had a new car, or I wish I had this, I wish I had that. You can't do that and not do the work. You have to do the steps. You have to take the time to focus on what it is you need to do to reach your goals. See, goals are cool, but it takes the manifestation of you taking the steps to reach the goals. We can be out here doing, what are those boards called? Anyway, they have boards that you go out, you put all your desires of what you want on the board. That's beautiful. Wonderful idea. However, you got to take the steps to do. So in order to get from point A to point B, you have to do some walking. Last thing I got to say, and I'm out of here. So I saw two beautiful stories today. Beautiful stories. A young man, he got a job and didn't have a way to the job. In order to get to the job, he would have had to walk 21 miles to get there. This young man began walking Friday at midnight. I don't know if you guys heard of this. It was powerful. Decided to walk. You hear what I'm saying? He walked to his job. Now, a police officer pulled over and was like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, I have to get to this job. I committed to this job, and I have to get there to help this woman move. He got this job. He was determined to get the job, right? So, get the job done, I'm sorry. So he goes, the police pulls over, says, hey, young man, hey, look, let me get you something to eat. They fed him. They're like, hey, it's really dangerous for you to be out here walking alone. Let me take you to a church, okay? Dropped him off at a church. He's like, man, but I got to get there. So he proceeds walking some more. This young man walked 14 miles, man, to get to this job. Young man, okay? I think he's maybe 19, maybe 18, somewhere around there. He's young. Walked, and another cop saw him, pulled over, was like, young man, listen, I'm going to get you to where you need to go. So he actually took the young man 6 miles out to where he needed to go. Do you know, the woman that had the young gentleman to move her stuff ended up posting it on Facebook. Do you know the young man is now famous for walking 14 miles to get to a committed job arrangement he made? He decided at midnight to do this. Nobody knew. He ended up getting a car from a coworker that was like, you can have it. We decided I'm just going to bless you with this car. You can have it. And gave the young man a car. But not only that, we can learn from his drive and his determination and his will to not say, I'm going to do something and not do it. With so much crazy going on right now, that young man had placed himself in a lot of danger. Number one, he came across two phenomenal cops. Number one, this was a young black man, let me tell you. And he came across two really nice white cops that had all kinds of love to give to this young man. And saw his determination and helped him get there. See what I'm saying? We can learn a lot from that story. Then I saw another story of a young girl. She got out of college, and she's like, man, I just don't want to have to pay for these application fees, so I'm going to put it out there. I don't want to pay for these fees, man. What do I need to do not to pay these fees? So anyway, this young girl, she gets offered, I don't know, an abundance of scholarship money. She ended up, going to a college for free. But the young woman is teaching about self-love. This is a baby. These are babies I'm talking about. 18, 19 years old. She's talking about self-love. It just made my whole body warm. Like, yes, she's in her purpose. She has her list of where she wants to be. She has her list of being in the Senate, becoming the president. She's got all of her list already done. 18. So absolutely, unequivocally, no excuse for me at 46 to be sitting here saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, I won't do this, I won't do that. I got a baby here as an example. Walking in her purpose. Doing what she's needing to do right now. And I'm like, there's no damn way I'm going to let this baby do all of that work and do nothing and be okay in that nothing. No, absolutely not. I shared those two stories because one of the things about manifesting is commitment. Commitment. Period. You can't be manifesting nothing without commitment. And the number one commitment is the commitment to you. Period. Point blank. The number one commitment is the commitment to you. Okay? And then the second thing is, to manifest something, you have to do the actions to do it. Period. You got to do the work. There's no free lunch. My dad used to always tell me, there's no free lunch. So if there's no free lunch, then I got to do what I got to do. And in doing, that means I am going to be able to help someone else do. By my example, right? We are walking examples. What did Nipsey show us? He showed a beautiful example of what it is to walk in your purpose. Period. He showed that. These babies. Matter of fact, the one baby was really showing us walking to his job. Every step that young man took, he didn't know what if he's going to get there or not. He didn't know. He didn't care. What he cared about is, I got a commitment. I got to be there at 8 o'clock. He did his math. So remember, all the math that we don't like in school, that young man took that math and that geography and mapped out how he was going to get to his location. He didn't use a GPS. We got to do better, man. We want all these fabulous things. We want all this greatness, and we want all this power. But you can't get it if you don't light your match. You don't light your match. You don't get that fire inside you to do. And be diligent in doing it. And seeking your purpose excitedly. We don't seek our purpose excitedly. We seek to find a mate excitingly. Right? We eager to get in a love life, right? Ooh, I can't wait to get married. Ooh. But if somebody says, hey, have a seat with me, I'm going to teach you about self-love, how many people you think is going to show up to that ceremony? You think people are going to show up? If I say, hey, everybody come to my ceremony of self-loving, you think people are going to show up? I don't think they're going to show up like they do for the marriages. I'm just saying. I don't think they're going to show up like they show up for them weddings, man. I don't see it happening. No love lost, I'm just saying. But that should be the real love. Because at the end of the day, man, if you're not loving yourself, man, you are sacrificing so much of your purpose. I hope y'all getting something today. Manifest. Start doing. Look me up. Carla, Nicole. Look. If you don't even agree with me, that's fine. Share this video. Share it. It needs to be shared out. But understand, a lot of people ain't going to love this. This ain't going to go viral because this is not about loving a man or loving a woman or getting sexed on. This ain't about that. This is about loving yourself and manifesting your power in you. I don't know if that's, like I said, I don't think this is going to go viral. It's not sexy, ma. It's not sexy. But again, like I said, if you want to shine on loving yourself, it's a power in doing that. It is. But it's also a commitment, a heavy one, a hefty commitment. Like I said, I had to wake up. We talk about staying woke, don't we? Stay woke. That's a new tagline, ain't it? We see the hashtag stay woke, but sleep in our purpose. What's up with that, man? We gotta do better. We gotta do better, man. But like I said, I'm not gonna stop. Because as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm getting people hearing me and listening and deciding, yes, I can do this, I can manifest some things, I'm doing my work. I'm doing what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I have these videos and stuff and I have y'all listening to me, I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000,001. I'm not going to stop. I don't have it in me. Just that simple. I don't quit. I don't. And you shouldn't either. So if I lit a fire under you today to make you want to get in your purpose, I did my job today. Just that simple. Like I said, share this video. If you guys want a solo shirt, hit me up. There's $55 plus $7 shipping, $62 to get you a shirt that's going to keep you on fire. Then get it. Trust me. Get the shirt. The shirt is 100% organic and laser printed. So this ain't gonna peel off. It's baked into the fibers of the shirt. Just that simple. I don't give you guys mediocre stuff. If I'm gonna sell something, it's gonna be a quality. Period. That's what I'm about. Quality. Do it correctly with some type of class, or don't do it at all. Just how I am on that thing. I mean, I'm just saying. So. You want a solo shirt? Hit me up, inbox me. If you need a coach, a wisdom coach, you need somebody to light a fire under you, call me. 1-844-5-WISDOM. Very easy to remember. 844-5-WISDOM, extension 0. I'll coach you. It ain't going to be easy, though. You can't be lazy with me. Understand that. I'm a tough coach. I am. And I don't put it out there lightly. Like, oh, I'm going to be so nice. No, I'm tough. 5-1 and tough, baby. That's what I do. That's what it is. Love me or leave me. But at the end of the day, you will persevere messing with me. Trust. All right, so I'm out of here, lovelies. Like I said, make sure you share this video. If you did not catch it from the beginning, you need to go back and watch it. Because like I said, Manifestation series is a serious series. It's very serious. It's about doing. It's about manifesting. It's about growing. It's about really going out here and doing the work you were born to do. You can't be lazy on this one. All right? I'm out of here. It's Carla Nicole. I'm signing off. Best kept. Have a good day, guys. Bye.